Hey everybody, Blue Collar Crypto here. So if you haven't done it, hit the bell, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everybody subscribing. It's been nuts the last week. I mean, I didn't think I was going to touch a nerve like I did, but I did, and I appreciate everybody who's subscribing. Look, I'm going to get right to it. This is going to be kind of a bitch session. I'm gonna go back and forth in different subjects, not just crypto today. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from, because I feel a lot of people feel the same way as I do. So you kind of feel uncertainty. You don't know what's happening. You don't know what's going on with the economy. The administration is wishy-washy. Shit's upside down. Can't get heads or tails on what's going on. And you feel kind of like discombobulated from everybody when you walk out the door. And your mind's you're just like, what the fuck's going on? What? You know? The feeling of the overall just environment here lately is it's shitty. It makes you don't want to walk out the door, and I understand that completely. So I'm going to go over some crypto stuff that I think is pretty cool, and then I'm going to jump on a different subject. So I hope you guys don't mind this. I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit today because I think it needs to be said. So I know as soon as the Clarity Act paperwork was loaded, I mean, the banking were up there at the Senate bitching and barking again. I will let you know, Jamie Dimon, you're a piece of shit. Bro, come on, get off this shit. You keep barking about shit that doesn't matter. You're not going to stop this train. So they still don't want you to have yield on your crypto. They don't want you to make any kind of money on that. That's just the banks just being greedy because they know crypto's the future and they're not a part of it. And they'll be a part of it for a while, but they're going to end up getting absorbed anyway. So his position was they're still panicking that they're going to lose deposits. So my smart ass went and checked and figured out that's all bullshit. For the last 9 months, they've had record deposits and record of new accounts. So that gripe don't hold water anymore at all. So once again, we're going to get a little pushback from the Democrats and Jamie Dimon. He's up on the Hill doing intimidation because they know some of these people have elections coming up. Money and power will always try to fuck us no matter what angle it is. They can't get us now, they'll get us later. So I did like this one story I saw. I was checking it out that the head of the DTCC was saying demand is outpacing supply. I'm telling y'all. I've been telling y'all about that supply shock. It's coming. And I know I'm getting ready to say it before you even think about it. Well, XRP releases $1 billion escrow. That shit's about to stop, bro. You think they're going to just... No, they're not. They're not going to give up all that crypto. They know what's about to happen. Once this price starts accumulating, you're crazy. They're going to use those funds to accumulate companies, make the rails bigger, just overall smoothness of everything. So don't be a smooth brain when it comes to that. Let's get right to it. The feeling that people have right now in this country is just like kind of like they don't know where to go. They don't know what angle. They just kind of feel You're going to work, you're basically just getting by because it seems like life became dull and it's not fun and you just can't put your finger on it, but you feel different when you wake up in the morning. I understand exactly what you're talking about. You know, it seems like every time you go to the grocery store, the prices go up. Even if they go up a minute, you still know. We kind of figured that out ourselves about 2 weeks ago. Told my wife to pull up our Sam's Club runs and stuff, and it just goes up, micro scales. They'll increase it 4 cents here, 5 cents there, and we're not dumb enough to see it unless you're really looking for it. So I was attributing why are we all feeling like this? Why are we all in this rut? Why are we all just not happy? You know, I see a lot of people out in public that are just not happy. Me, I'm in that mind frame of it just seems like everything's weird in a way, right? Like you can't get heads or tails, like your footing, you know, like it was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. And I don't know if it's all the bullshit worldwide going on because we just can't go forward and just get on with our lives and have to worry about everybody else overseas and, you know, political parties trying to take over the planet and telling us we're going to work for fucking whoever for 30 years and die in a fucking unmarked grave somewhere, you know. Case in point, I mean, I don't understand why someone in a mayor is trying to dictate the whole political realm right now. It dumbfounds me. And I don't give a shit on what aisle you're on or whatever you want to call it or what party you're with. Common sense is common sense. At the end of the day, people don't want to be fucked with. Don't fuck with our families. Don't fuck with our money. That's an American's point of view. Leave us the fuck alone and let us do what we want to do. That's how this country became great, because we had independence. We did what we wanted to. We took risks when we wanted to. And that's what it's all about. It's not about a certain group of people controlling us. It's not going to happen. It'll go bad quick. Right? I do want to say one of the biggest reasons and causes we're in all this shit is the boomer generation. Okay? If I hear one more person from the boomer generation tell us, pull up your bootstraps, get to work, you can kiss my ass. I have put it in on my whole life. I've been working since I've been 13 years old. Right? I have busted my ass. Sometimes I've gotten my goals I needed to, and sometimes I didn't. And that's just a part of life. You know, as a man, you got to take those punches on the cheek, and I get it. But when it becomes a society cloud, when it becomes a psychological issue, with so many people thinking the same thing, it's a whole lot deeper than that. Because case in point, hear me out when I say this. That generation had all the opportunities, all the cheap mortgages, all the cheap credit, level prices. Inflation was nothing. They were able to buy and go on vacations and do all kinds of stuff. Buy that new Buick, right? With one person working in the household while mama was baking that chicken when daddy came home. Right? It don't happen like that no more. You got two people struggling, working two, sometimes three jobs, just to cover the bills, right? And at the end of the day, they look at their checking account, and they got to pay for gas and groceries and shit, and they don't know how they're going to do it. That is a big issue. That is one of the biggest issues today that needs to be addressed by this administration. We need to stop worrying about other motherfuckers overseas. All right? And I'll be the first to say it. I voted for Trump, and I'm not particularly happy right now. I think a lot of shit. I think something happened. The fucking timeline skewed. Someone told him some shit. Now it's not about us anymore. It's about him saving his neck. Right now. That's my honest opinion. You motherfucker shit or get off the fucking pot, because things have got to happen pretty quick. All right? I know people that make great money can't own a house, but they can rent a house for fucking 15 years. Right? You mean to tell me a person's living in the same spot, goes in, and been paying rent for, say, 10 years, and the rent keeps going up, but you walk into a bank and say, hey, man, I really need to just buy a place. You don't qualify? Fuck off. Fuck off when it comes to that. There's no way in this God's green earth that you can sit there and tell me that, I'm sorry, I got messages coming in like crazy, that you don't qualify because you keep, and your rent's almost double than the fucking mortgage you're going to be paying. That's the dilemma we have here in this country. We got hardworking people that made some bad choices that is almost impossible, but they made those choices because they had to pay for XYZ or they were going to lose their shirt, so they got the credit they didn't need it, right? Overspend some cases. Life happens. Kids get hurt. Cars get wrecked. And they have to make those adjustments. And before you know, your credit score is floating around a 630 or a 540. But you still pay your bills, but you still can't buy a house, right? The scoring system is junk across the board. I checked mine the other day. One had it 80 points different than the other one, right? It's ridiculous. And you're sitting here scratching your head like, why the fuck am I paying taxes? Why? What's the point of it? Right? What are you going to do, take my birthday away? I don't care anymore. And I understand that mindset completely. So, if you're working, you're struggling, I feel it. I've been there, done that. It's easy for me to say it now because I got things kind of lined up a little bit different than I did, but there was some struggle. Don't get it twisted. And I'm not telling you to work hard or pull up your bootstraps and none of that shit. Find a way. Find a way, no matter how micro it is, to get in this market, because I'm telling you, I honestly think it's the only way for people who are in a bullshit position to evaluate what they're going to do, get real about their situation, and go, fuck it. We've never invested in anything before. We've always been eating beanie weenies. We can't make ends meet. And sometimes you just got to say, fuck it. Right? Sell what you got, buy what you can. Seriously. Take that hard hit now. You take that hard hit now, I promise you, sitting inside 2 to 3 years, it's going to be the best decision you ever made. You're going to look back, you're going to go, whew, we almost did it. We almost cut our own throats and didn't even realize it. So that's why it's critical. I still have conversations with family that hate me about this because they just can't wrap their head around it. But I'll tell you soon, the bubble's going to pop soon, and we're all in trouble. The only thing that's going to save us is crypto. The only thing that's going to save the U.S. economy is crypto. The only thing that's going to save the European Union is crypto. These other countries know that. So I hope you guys understand my gripe, because that's just where I'm at. My headspace is. I'm just going to sit back for the next couple of days, kind of analyze what's going on, and give you my perspective. But the more and more I think about it, this is going to be written in history for 100 years. People are going to be telling their grandkids what happened, how their family got in this position, and not to take it for granted, because we don't want to fall back into what happened in 1883 to 1929, right? And you're probably scratching your head like, what? The Gilded Age era. So much wealth, so much ambiance that classification of people burned themselves to the ground. Which is crazy, because I'm reading a book about that time period, which was great, but the greed was off the chart. And I don't think that's what we're going to run up against with that. I think a lot of people make financial mistakes and things like that when their new account is looking like a phone number. They're going to wake up and not know what to do. I've already kind of got prepared for that kind of thing. Look at it just a number. Take a deep breath, and hopefully you guys have had things planned out. You, your wife, your partner, whoever it is, plan it out. And I know some people are going to say, fuck it, I'm doing whatever I want to. I'm going partying. Go for it. Do what you want to. It's your money. You earned it. You were smart enough to buy crypto when you didn't have nothing. So that's the video today, guys. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. It's more of a ramble than anything, but just sit back, let these guys do these hype train videos, do all that. You're not going to get too much from them, I'll be honest with you, because it's one guy's saying yes, one guy's saying no. You got one guy going, it's going to happen today, we're going to be rich tomorrow, all that shit. So no, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Right now we have a 50-50 shot of this thing clearing. I think a lot of people are going to understand it when the balls start getting hot on Capitol Hill. They're going to understand some things, but also too, mind you, Democrats holding this shit up. You got the banks holding it up. They're worried about whoever they could sue, whenever they could sue, all that legal jargon. It's all going to come down to, let's get it done. We have to get it done now, or you're going to lose elections. All right? Because it's not just Republicans holding crypto, which a majority of them are. It's also Democrats too, and independents and liberals, or whatever you want to do. That's what's going on. So that's how I'm looking at things. I hope you guys liked the video. I'm going to try to do some more stuff in a couple of days. But y'all enjoy your weekend. Turn off the computer. Don't look at your crypto exchanges or your wallets. Go enjoy your family. This stuff's going to happen. Thank you.